I know I should just cut that out, but you know, editing is, it takes for freaking ever. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing kind of like a piggyback off my previous video where I did a first impression and wear test of Flesh Beauty's foundation and primer, and I just kind of want to make this video because that foundation was fairly expensive and it really was not the best in my opinion. So I'm going to be using more inexpensive products just to show you that you don't have to spend a lot of money on makeup for it to be good makeup. So today I'm going to be doing the Wet n Wild foundations. I have two shades because I couldn't find one that matched me perfectly. Even though they have a very good shade range, I just always gravitate towards a lighter shade because I feel like I'm super fair, but sometimes the brands have so many fair shades that I kind of get lost. So I normally pick up two just in case I get one that's too light. They do have a pretty good shade range though, so I'm sure you can find a match. It's just that I'm weird. I did moisturize my face already, and I'm going to prime today, and I'm going to use the Makeup Obsession All a Blur primer. It's like a blurring primer. One thing I forgot to mention in the video for the Flesh Beauty was that they did have a very large shade range and it was pretty inclusive, so that is really good. Wet n Wild foundation retails for, I think it's even $4.99. I might have gotten it on sale at Target, but it's definitely under $10 and it's really good foundation. So I just prepped my face with that primer, and now we're just gonna get into, I'm gonna let it sit for just a little bit, even though this really dries down super fast. So I have two shades here. I have Nude Ivory and Bronze Beige, and I'm just gonna kind of they have these little thingies on them, and I'm just gonna kind of swipe it. I use more of the ivory shade because I am fairly fair, but I just feel like it's too light all on its own, so. I feel like this is a medium full coverage foundation that's buildable and lightweight, so that's always good. Today I'm going to use a beauty blender, and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of setting spray. I'm going to use the Cover FX high performance setting spray. You can use whatever setting spray you have, doesn't really matter. I like the NYX Cosmetics or the Maybelline ones if you're gonna go to Target or the drugstore and pick something up. Those are good ones. This coverage. I mean, I do kind of put a lot on, but I apply it with a wet beauty blender, which will kind of sheer it out. Whereas with the Flesh Beauty, I used a brush. So I'm gonna be doing a wear test on this one as well. It's gonna I'm gonna have people. Well, we have people over on Saturdays always. Our whole family, or our family. Not our whole family, because that's kind of insane, but whoever is available. We kind of have a dinner game night thing on Saturday nights. So I'm gonna be cooking and we're gonna have fun and probably drink a little bit because letting loose, having fun. And if you want to see a comparison of the coverage, watch my last video of the foundation that I was talking about. It says it's a medium buildable, but it was definitely a light natural. And it was so drying and it sinks into all your pores horribly. This is way better coverage. I used 6 pumps of that foundation yesterday, and it's still a little hair stuck to my face. Does that ever happen to anybody else? And like you're putting your foundation on, and then the hair is like stuck to your foundation and you can't ever get it off your face. So this beauty blender was fairly damp, and then I wrung it out and then I sprayed it with setting spray, so it does shear it out a bit. And they did just come out, I think it's new, they came out with a dewy finish of their foundation, and I really want to try it because I love this one. It is definitely more of a matte finish, but I don't know that it doesn't say, it just says photo focus. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to use the Bye Bye Under Eye It Cosmetics concealer today because I used it with that other foundation that I tested out, and I felt like I really want to try it again with a foundation that I like better to see how it goes. This is a very, very thick, very thick formula concealer, so I don't know if anybody has it. I really liked it. It was the only part of my face that like lasted all day, was the part that had this concealer on it. And I like how full coverage it is. And it says it's waterproof. So if you like put it under your eye and you cry or something, you don't have to worry about it coming off. I'm gonna spray again. I gained a couple of subscribers since my Sabrina video. That's fun. Thank you guys for subscribing to me. I hope you stay. Looks pretty good. I know that the concealer isn't really like budget friendly, but I just really wanted to try it out again since I tried it with the foundation on the other video, so I thought it would be fair to try it with this one too. But I do like more inexpensive concealers. One that's really good is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. They have a very big shade range of it, I feel like, and it's a really, really good concealer. It's a slight bit mattifying, but not as much as Shape Tape, and it's like $9, so that's not even bad. A lot of people were recommending to me the Maybelline Age Rewind, but I really didn't like it. At first I thought it was just because I hated the applicator, but it actually ended up being just because I hated the concealer. Like, it just didn't work for my skin. And that happens, you know? Things can work differently on everybody's skin. And even if the majority of people are saying, hey, this is perfect, you need this, sometimes it's just not perfect for you, you know? You do you, you do you. Alright, I'm just gonna actually powder my whole face with this Fit Me Maybelline powder. I prefer to like really powder up my face. And then I'm gonna go over it with my Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder and give myself some life. I did go all over my face with the previous foundation too with powder, but I did a combination of the ColourPop No Filter powder and my illuminating setting powder. I used a combo of those two. So I know that some people don't like really understand what like setting sprays do. I'm trying to like explain it to some family. But if you don't add the setting spray, like it doesn't like give you a good seal on the outside of your face. And also like for me right now, I look like overly powdered, but once you spray setting powder on your face, your skin will kind of react and like come back down to like normal. So I really believe in having a setting spray. It's very important. A lot of people always ask me, what's the most important things that I need in my makeup routine. And you know, of course, like if you want to do a full face, you can have all the things, you know, bronzer, blush, highlight, all the things, but really you need a good foundation. Like, and by foundation I don't mean like the makeup, I mean like the foundation. So a primer, a moisturizer, a good foundation is good too. So I'm just putting a little bit of this illuminating setting powder from Cover FX on my face right now, just to give myself a little bit more of a glow, a little bit less matte. But yeah, you need a really good foundation. You need the essentials, and the essentials are always going to be good skincare. Just make sure your skin is always clean before you put makeup on, clean and moisturized. Otherwise your makeup is going to sink into every tiny little problem area on your face. And if you don't exfoliate your face every so often, it'll start like really looking kind of crumbly and cracky because you need to get rid of the dead skin on your face. So do that. So that is kind of it for the foundation part. I'm going to go off camera and do a little bit of eyes and my brows, and then I'll be back and I'll do bronzer and blush, just to, I feel like that's part of like the face, to see if it works well with the foundation, doesn't make things move around. So I'll come back and do that with you guys. Alright guys, I am back here after doing my eyes. For my eyes, I used the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina palette again because I'm obsessed. And I used my NYX Cosmetics matte liquid liner. I have to tell you, if you're a liner person, you need this in your life. This is literally the longest lasting, best matte eyeliner ever. And it's not a felt tip. I don't know if that's something that bothers you guys, but I hate felt tips. I do. Anyway, so let's move on to bronzer, and I feel like I've done bronzer so many times, so hopefully this isn't too boring for you. I think I'm just going to go back into my NYX 3 Steps to Sculpt because it's my absolute favorite, and we're just going to kind of go in here. What are your guys' favorite foundations? Like, does anybody have any like really good go-tos? I've tried like a lot of them, I feel like, and some are hits and some are misses. I have like a whole collection of just foundations that I don't use. I tried the CoverGirl, I mean not CoverGirl, the ColourPop foundations, and I didn't like the stick or the liquid. It could have just, you know, obviously been my skin type, or you know, whatever, you never know, but I didn't like either of those. I'm not a huge stick foundation person. They feel really cakey to me. I prefer a more liquidy formula that has like a fuller coverage but feels lightweight and breathable. I do love the Juvia's Place foundation, which is pretty thick. Like the actual I Am Magic foundation, it's really thick, but it's got good coverage. And I love to mix it with these drops from Cover FX. I just have these little tiny drops, and they like are illuminating, and I love them. So I add it to the foundation directly. I just mix it in on a little empty palette thing, and or just like the top of whatever makeup I have near me. I don't know if anybody else does that. Probably why all my stuff is always messy, but it makes it look a little bit more glowy and less matte, and I like that. That's something that I've started doing lately with my I Am Magic. I also like to mix it with my Tarte base tape sometimes, because the base tape is super full coverage but it's not as thick, so I like to mix those two together. I have a lot of bronzers, and I always go to this one. Like I have this other NYX one. This is the matte bronzer, and I think I just got it in too dark of a shade. See, I mixed foundation on this before. This is too dark for me. Maybe I'll use it to like contour. Let's see here, let's see here. Does everybody celebrate Valentine's Day? Like, is it like a thing for you in your life? I don't not celebrate Valentine's Day, but like I don't prioritize it. I much rather like put more into like my anniversary or birthdays or anything like that. So I don't know. I like this eye look today. It's so pretty. Look at this finish on this foundation. I mean, I have textured skin, so like let's not pretend here, but if you saw my previous video and how that foundation sat on my skin compared to this one, and that one was $32, and I used the $32 primer that's supposed to go with it, and my skin didn't even look nearly as good as this, whereas this primer cost like $8.99 and the foundation cost me like $4.99. That's like less than half of what I spent on that other crap. No offense, I shouldn't call it crap because a company did work really hard to make that, and I feel bad saying that, but it just didn't work for me. Sorry. Also, I always end up so messy, and this stuff never comes off this eyeliner. I have to get like a makeup wipe. All right, let's do some blush. I want to use the NYX Scratch blush again. Okay, I'm gonna do it. This palette, I know in my video on the Sabrina palette, I was like, you know, this is a good palette because it has so much that you can use in it that it's really good. Honestly, some people were like, oh, it's kind of like a novelty collection piece. And yeah, it is. That's actually the reason why I bought it. But I'm getting so much more use out of it than I thought I was going to, because it has all this great, I mean, the colors in it are so great. I feel like NYX should just pay me because I keep like obsessing over this palette on all my videos, and I bought this with my own money and NYX doesn't care about me. But this blush right here is my all-time favorite right now. Look at all these great colors. I used this shade right here, Werewolf, and then I used Malice and Harrowing for my eyes today, and then I used this color, Class in Session, for my inner corner. Super easy. I just used my finger for the metallic shade. It was good. Sorry, I have to lean over to set stuff down sometimes. Sorry, guys. Alrighty. Now, I'm gonna go in with my Ofra highlighter. I haven't used it in a while, and I really love this one. This is the Star Island. And let's highlight some cheeks. I'm just gonna use this little fluffy brush. Ooh. You know, some days, I don't know if it's the same for everybody, but some days I want to just like really clean matte finish, and then some days I'm like, I want to be so glowy like a fairy. I want to glow. Just like everywhere. Glow me up. I don't know. I'm probably just a weird one. Actually, I already knew that. I am a weird one. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. I gotta go cook like 9 steaks and shit after this, so I need some energy. I kind of want to go with a red lip, but it seems kind of overdone for staying home and cooking on a Saturday. But, you know, my family's kind of used to me looking super made up for absolutely no reason. Some days I don't even leave the house and I look like that. It's insane. Alright, let's do this. I think I'm going to use this. This is the Ultra Satin Lip Bretman Rock ColourPop collection. This is in the shade Wig, and I need my lip liner. Sometimes I wish I actually had like a person I could talk to while I'm filming these, because I'm always just talking to myself, and I want to do another nude lip because I found this color that I really love, and it's been in my purse forever and I haven't been able to use it. Maybe I'll just do nude. No, I always do nude. I'm not gonna do nude. Here you are, pencil. This is just the, this is Lime Life by Alcone, Enduring Lip Liner in Burgundy. Oh, people are already here. I have a big family. just my immediate family. Like my mom had 6 kids. She had 2 sets of twins, and I'm a twin. And so she had 6 kids, and now everybody's married except for one, and everybody's had kids, at least 2. My oldest brother has 3 kids, and then my second oldest brother has 4 kids, and then my younger brother has 2 kids. I have 2 kids, and then my sister has 2 kids. It's just like, so when we all get together, there's like a million people, and that doesn't even include like all my cousins and my other extended family. It's like loud chaos all the time. And it's like normal for us, but I think it's intimidating for other people. Do you know what I mean? Does anybody else have like huge, crazy families? I feel like I'm in the movie like My Big Fat Greek Wedding all the time. It's so much fun. So me and my husband, we used to live in Tennessee because he was in the Army. Where the lid did this go? And we moved back here a little over a year ago into California. Just because when he got out of the Army, I was like, why don't we go back home? So we can be around all of our family, and then our kids can grow up with all their cousins. The kids are shooting Nerf guns at each other. You know what? I am the messiest lip. I always do the messiest lip. Yeah. Down here.
Ooh, I haven't seen her down here.
It's super messy.
Oh god. My house has been so bad. Well, partially on account of
Paige spill. Oh, cool. I'm actually drinking one.
oh.
It's cool. I like it. Okay, guys. So this is going to be my finished look right here. And I will try to keep you guys updated through the night and afternoon and all that. So this is how the foundation is sitting on my face right now. I think it looks pretty good. Look at me and lips. I just like can't do it. I just suck at lips. I just suck at them. But anyway, I will keep you guys updated and see you soon. Hey! So it's been about 4.5 hours and the wear test is going pretty well so far. I'm a little bit shiny, but I have been cooking for the last 2 hours-ish, so you know there's been a lot of oils and like humidity and stuff going around, and I still feel like it looks pretty good. I have lost a little bit on my chin right here. My mascara is showing and I don't know, melting into my under eye, which I'm not happy about. But otherwise I feel like this looks better than the previous foundation. Okay, so this is the last check-in that I'm gonna do. It's been like 7-8 hours or so, and that's comparable to the time I had the other makeup on for. I did a lot more cooking and rigorous stuff in this makeup than the previous one, and I still have most of my makeup on my forehead. It's like almost completely unfazed, and my nose looks pretty good except for like the edges and the front. My lipstick and everything has worn off because obviously I was eating and doing stuff like that, so you know, I don't think that, I don't know, it's just, it's hard to say to spend $40 on a makeup when you can spend like $4.99 on a makeup and it looks better than the $32 makeup that I did previously. So you know, you don't always have to buy expensive stuff. I would always recommend the Wet n Wild, and I do also recommend the Maybelline. The Maybelline is really good. The dewy finish is a little bit more of a natural finish, and the matte is a little bit more full coverage, just as an FYI. Their concealers are good. All Maybelline products are really good. Wet n Wild has been coming out with great stuff, and I'm pretty sure they're cruelty-free now, so I just feel like after the last video that I did, having a comparison of a less expensive brand and having a greater and a better result is just something that's kind of eye-opening. I was really surprised to have spent $32 on a foundation and $32 on a primer and have it work so horribly, and my skin looked worse with makeup on than it did without makeup. So I think that sometimes spending less isn't a bad thing, and you know, I think that that's something that we should be conscious of. And if you guys need a good recommendation for a foundation, I would highly recommend getting the Wet n Wild or the Maybelline. And that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.